With your host, Matt McGregor and Tone Vase. Good morning, Tone. How are you? It feels so good to say welcome to the Daily High and mean it. How's it going, mate?
I know, but it's not actually morning for either of us
No.
because we are bringing you the show on the Asian time zone. I want to go to dinner, so it's coming in a little bit earlier on the Eastern time zone than usual. Uh, I can we make sure that we're streaming? I don't know
Says
why it
live.
didn't show up on my thing here. Oh yeah, yes, we are. We are live. We are live. Okay, cool. And yeah, man, like a few hours ago, but it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. Bitcoin was breaking 105, and I'm like, oh man, I think we have to go live. And now it's pulling back. So Matt, tell
Yep.
us what's going on from the alphanumetrics perspective.
All right, mate. We'll do. We'll do. Let's try and get some more consistency in these shows as time goes on, and you get back to a better time frame. Let's start on the monthly because hell, why not? I really love. You see, this is a. I'll finish that thought in a second, but this is not what a MRI top with a 1 to 4 candle correction is. This wasn't an MRI top on the monthly. But forget about the count for a second. Look at the structure of what Tone and I, and especially Tone, I've learned from Tone, look for in a 1 to 4 candle correction and then a breakout from there. And like maybe that doesn't make any sense because it's not an MRI count or anything like that. I love that. I love that regardless of it was at a top or not, I like that there was a throwback, which and you can see on the weekly time frame, as you'll see, the stayed above the 50 simple moving average, kept that intact. And shoot, I didn't even notice this before, but I mean, like, look at this line. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, it's pretty close in hindsight. But now that like this is the breakout candle, the green star candle that we've been looking for on the monthly. It looks brilliant. I'm really happy about it. I do see like little pullbacks, give or take, but it'll be very interesting to see if we can get to the $110,000 because it's just blue sky above there. It's all complete price discovery. There's nothing to chart. It's all unknown. So very exciting. The show we did the other day in Tokyo together in the motel room, and I was extraordinarily bullish, and I said, I think that we can get to 125K soon, like in this next month or so, and that's starting to look like a real possibility. It's a long way to go yet, of course, but let's have a look at the weekly and go from there. But monthly looks great. The weekly, even just as good, right? Like, I mean, we just got the bullish cross here with the 7 crossing the 30. This is a really like a lagging indicator, but this is what you want, right? You want to break that blue line crossing the red line. You can get sustained runs there, blue line crossing the red line, and look, that's just rounded lovely. So as I mentioned before, stayed above the 50 simple, but everybody knows that by now. But we're really eyeballing that at the time. Back down here, at 75, I was really interested in buying the dip anywhere below the 50 simple moving average. I thought if we could get a weekly green diamond, which I made a big deal about all the time, and the fact that we didn't is better. I would have loved to get a washed out. I would have put everything into it, but we didn't, and we recovered, and now it looks even better. Did we get the highest ever weekly close, Tone? Oh my God, I think it's just
We missed it. We missed it by like $100.
ah
It was
well.
close.
It's a bear market then. Look, it's brilliant, right? It looks really great. Interestingly, today we came up and touched your acceleration line, which we haven't been able to pierce yet, but had a small correction off that. But I think when the markets open this morning in America, we could see some really good upside. The following things that I just want to touch on here, the copy curve is doing really nicely now that it's rounded. I always talk about this. It's the same thing. I don't have many tricks, but this rounding of the copy curve to cross back above the 0 line could mean months of upside. So it hasn't done it yet, but I really feel like this week or next we're going to see a really nice cross there, which we'll talk about when it happens. RSI, is that divergence? Well, yes, as it stands, but as soon as we break above all-time highs, that divergence for me is null and void. We'll maybe not. Maybe we'll have to monitor that as time goes on. But we probably are you probably are in like the last legs of this massive run. Do you know what I mean? Whether that's the next 6 months or 9 months, I'm not sure. But if you think about it in hindsight, this is the way I've always thought about it. I think that we've been in a bull market since, really, for me, the Green Diamond, which was before I met Tone in person at $18,000. You know, and when we back down, when we broke that and turned the wave green at 20,000, really, for my money, we've been in a bull market for 3 years. You know, and it looks clear to see that, in history will remember that, despite all the ups and downs that 3 year period has brought with it. So it would make sense for me that we've really only got 9 months left before a significant correction. You know, but we'll definitely talk about that in due course. Daily looking great. What's the MRI count? Yeah, that's fine. Look, I could see us throughout the day. If we're going to have a little correction, just come back down and retest the 7 simple moving average at 102. Makes total sense. Could be a good buy to see how the market's open. And then if that fails, maybe we'll get a throwback. But I just don't see it. I think there's good momentum coming in right now. So we will review that as it comes. Green waves in, of course. Everybody knows that. All systems go on Alpha Numerics. Finally, the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, look, we're just riding along that 7 simple. That's fine. We might get a consolidated period or jump off. I don't know. We'll review it all as the week goes on. Point is, it looks really, really nice across the board, and I'm really, really excited about it. I'm going to come back to you right now, Tone. Give me a second. I want to mention something. Please go ahead and look at the links in the description below. Join the Discord group. It's a fantastic Discord group. All the trading bots since the relaunch of the new website have just been firing like wildfire. They're up across the board. The brand new spot bot we've got is live and active. Fantastic things coming. All there in the links in the description below. Discord group, website, easy to follow. All right, Tone. How you feeling?
Good. And yeah, I've been a little busy also with Unconfiscatable coming up. By the way, this conference coming up in just 3 weeks. I looked at the speaker list. I mean, it's got some heavy hitters, man. It's got the vice president speaking. The president spoke at the last conference. They got the vice president this time. They got multiple state representatives. They got senators. This thing can actually pump Bitcoin. And the way these things usually work is they don't pump it the day of the conference. The conference will be a sell the news event.
Yeah,
the pump is going to come in preparation for the conference. Like multiple Trumps are going to speak, not the daddy Trump, but I think I forget all their names. I think Donald Trump Jr. and another Trump is going to speak. It's looking very, very. Russ Ulbricht's going to speak actually there as well.
Really?
That'd be great. I actually don't have a ticket to the event. I'll be in Vegas because I have my event coming up the next day. So come to Unconfiscatable on May 30th. It's a free event, so anyone is welcome to just attend. Poker is almost sold out. It's sold out on the website. I got like maybe 5 spots left that I'm very strategically reserving for certain people. But yeah, it'll be an awesome event. All right, let me go to the charts. Wait, I'm already sharing. I forgot.
By the way, how good was it last week hanging out together every day in Tokyo? It was the best.
It was great. It was great. Yeah, I mean, I'm traveling around a bit right now, but I should be back in Tokyo on. I got to schedule a big dinner, probably the 17th or something. Probably around the 17th, 18th, and then I'm gonna go back to the States around the 20th. I gotta book all these flights. It's crazy. All right. Before I go to the 1-month chart, I want to go back to the 2-month chart. Man, the 2-month chart, I can't wait to see a blow off top on a 2-month chart. So we can count when that's going to be. So this is May and June. Then we have July and August, September, October. And guess what? The MRI is going to come in the December time period.
Well, go to the quarterly time frame, because it's unfortunate that doesn't marry.
How often does Bitcoin top in the November-December period, man?
Regularly.
Right. So I can see us having like a blow off top and around that time. And if you go back, if we get one of these ridiculous candles, like this was a 2 month candle, it was only a $15,000 candle, but it represented 100% move. Then this candle this was back in November of 2020. And then the January of 2021 was another 50% move on top of that. Then we have a right here. This was a 44% move on Bitcoin, represented an $18,000 candle. And more recently, we had a $23,000 candle representing a 33% move. Man, imagine if we get another one of these 50 to 100% moves from here. That literally means Bitcoin is going to almost 200,000 in a couple of months. I don't want to see it on current candle. I don't even want to see it on the following candle. I want to see this. So if this is May, June, July, August, September, like around that time. Sorry, May, June, July, August. So September, October, or November, December. That's the blow off candle I want to see. Okay.
What do you think about what I said? Just looking at that chart you've got there right now, that like my comment that I think we've been in a bull market for 3 years. You know, like
Well, yes, we have, but I mean, since the lows, that's right. I mean, the low came in at the end of 2023, so we've been in a bull market. Well, when I identified the bull market,
yeah,
that's when I basically was screaming all in. That's when Bitcoin pulled back to $20,000 on the daily chart right here. This was the ultimate buy point, and we have not really properly, we have not had a bear market since then. So yeah, Bitcoin has been in a bull market. The lows were made around November, December of 22. And for me, the bull market gets kicked off right around March of 2023. So it's been 2 years, not 3 years. Right? So we have one more year. Because I still believe in a 4-year cycle. And in a 4-year cycle, Bitcoin does a bullish move and a bearish move. So we have maximum one more year for more bullishness to top the price of Bitcoin. I believe 250,000 is a reasonable target. And then a proper bear market, which is going to last somewhere between 9 months and about a year. And if Bitcoin tops at 250,000, a bear market taking us back down to current prices would be reasonable. That's a bear market. It seems like Bitcoin doesn't care for 50% corrections. I think in order to call Bitcoin in a bear market, it needs to go more than 50%. So basically, this was a 50% move in 2021. We flirted with a new high and then had a proper bear market. So going from 250,000 to 100,000 is greater than a 50% correction. In this recent downswing, I believe we fell about 30%. 30%, that's correct. A little more than 32%. And in the downswing that we had last summer, we fell 33%. And those were the biggest down moves. So I think we need a sub 50% correction, and I would consider that a bear market. But that sub 50% correction also needs to last more than 6 months. Both things must be true. I don't think it's a bear market if we fall 50% in a month and then 2 months later back to new highs. That's not a bear market to me. That's a COVID crash, which is not a bear market.
You know, there's so many expressions in trading that can make sense and don't make sense. Like, that Bitcoin takes the stairs up and the elevator down. I mean, it's often the opposite, to be honest. An elevator up and then 3 months, 4 months of stairs down.
Okay, so let me finish up real quick. Matt talked about the monthly chart, so I'm not really gonna say much about it. I'm just gonna pull up the chart so I can see it. We are working on a brand new monthly closing high. If we close this month at the highs, and I see no reason why we would not close this month at the highs, and it's another green star candle. This is incredibly bullish.
Yeah.
We have a continuation of the 2-month bullish market. The 1 month is bullish. The weekly is very bullish, coming off a green star candle, and now flirting with an all-time high on a weekly closing level, and we are within spitting distance of the swing all-time high. We're about to break the acceleration line. I'm still very bullish. I'm a little concerned. We've gone up too far too fast, but the weekly MRI still tells us there's 5 more weeks of upside. And I would love to see a significant higher high here, something in the 120s, and then a proper pullback down to the 100 area. That would be a very, very strong pullback. And the daily moving averages are looking really, really, really nice. We're about to get that final crossover, and everything is going to be super, super bullish. From a daily perspective, I was really hoping we would close today at a significant high up here, somewhere in the vicinity of 106, in order to get a daily blow off high near the all-time high. So my perfect like TA confidence zone would be sell the top later this week at around 107, 108. Watch a 1 to 4 candle correction, but maybe even a full-blown downtrend on a daily scale, as long as that downtrend doesn't endanger the weekly levels. So as long as the downtrend stays above, 100K or stays above 98K, the weekly levels will remain intact. Okay, so on a weekly scale, we're not getting a price flip anytime soon. So if this is a bullish candle, we can take 2 weeks of downside and then upside and still reach a nice move. But I don't think we're going to go up all the way into the 20s. But it would be nice to see a weekly MRI top 5 weeks from now, in the 1 teens or higher. That would be a significantly higher high, both swing and close weekly, topping with the MRI. But I'm also keeping an eye on the daily MRI top. And if today is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So going into end of week, watch out for a daily MRI type in Bitcoin, especially the higher we go. The higher we go between now and Thursday, the more likely we are to have a big drop on an MRI top. And if it's an MRI top like the last one, we just consolidate for a week and then take another leg up. Personally, I would rather see a drop than a consolidation, only for more stability on the way up after the drop. That's kind of my viewpoint on this. The short-term charts of the 1 hour and the 4 hour are incredibly bullish. Absolutely bullish. I don't like this pullback here, but stock market hasn't opened yet. If the stock market opens bullish, and we can go and take a look what the stock market is expecting. This is the weekly. Where's my correlation chart? There it is. Oh, wow. Okay, so the stock market is very bullish this morning. Wow, look at that. Look, I remember what I was saying, man. Trump had to stop the bleeding. I don't know how they stopped the bleeding. I've been enjoying my time in Asia. I have not been paying attention. I don't know how they stopped the bleeding. So whatever they did, I don't know what they did. I don't care what they did. But this is super, super important that the bleeding in the stock market has stopped, and you can see what it's doing to Bitcoin. Look, eventually, a crash in the stock market will lead to confidence in Bitcoin, but I think we're still close to a decade away from that. Okay, and maybe 5 years away, at least another halving away from Bitcoin not being correlated with the market. For now, if you want Bitcoin to do well, pray that the plunge protection team prevents the stock market from crashing. That's all I have to say. All right. That is pretty much it for me. I actually have to run. Matt, anything from your side?
No, mate, that's a good wrap.
All right. Bitcoin dominance has pulled back a little bit. That's because Ethereum is up for some crazy reason, but that is also not going to last. Let me see. I was looking at some shit coins earlier, and Trump coin is recovering a little bit. Ethereum is just a dead cat bounce, guys. This is as dead cat as it gets. At a weekly MRI buy, we're bouncing, and that is not going to last. There is your weekly MRI buy, and monthly MRI buy, weekly MRI buy. Maybe it'll make it back to the moving averages. There's no way in hell this thing is coming back to the floor. I mean, or breaking the floor. 0.05 is if by some miracle Ethereum makes it to 0.05, you better sell everything, because after that it's going down to 0.01 or sub 0.01. 0.001, my bad. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. And Matt, close us out.
Yeah, once again, guys, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Check out the Discord group. Use the bots. It's all there for you. Hopefully, we'll bring you a show again tomorrow. Thanks, guys.
Later, guys.